We start this afternoon with the weather and the major warm-up that's on the way very soon.
That's right. Temperatures are going to start climbing, and so is that humidity.
For more on our forecast, let's get straight to Chief Meteorologist George Lessons. He is live from the Grand Rapids Asian Pacific Festival at Calder Plaza. George, how is it out there?
Very comfortable this evening, guys. We got a nice light breeze, some sunshine, low humidity, typical temperatures for this time of year, and that will continue here tomorrow as well. But we do have the big change starting on Sunday and really Monday through Friday of next week. Let's familiarize yourself with some of the heat definitions that you may be seeing coming up later this weekend and next week. There may be an excessive heat watch issued. That is the time to prepare for heat index values, perhaps as high as 105 or higher. First off, there could be a heat advisory issued when the heat index values get to around 100 or higher. And then when it gets to 105 or higher, there could be an excessive heat warning issued. And of course, when you get into the heat, here's what you should do. Just slow down, get into a place of comfort, drink plenty of water. That's the big thing. Dress for summer, don't layer up. Use places or find places with air conditioning, maybe even the mall. You can hang out for a day, movie theater, something like that. Be sure to check on your senior neighbors and take special care for the youngsters and of course your pets, especially if you keep them out of doors. Here's the heat risk outlook for tomorrow. We go from little or none to extreme. That's the category up at the top. Tomorrow we just get into the minor category here. On Sunday, we start to jump that up a little bit. That will jump into the moderate category. We kind of go up each step each day here. And then on Monday, we get into that major category for all of West Michigan. You see some of that extreme heat off to our west. That is going to be with us on Tuesday of next week. Starts to lighten up a little bit on Wednesday, still in that 4 out of 5 category, major, and then by next Thursday we'll be in that moderate 3 out of 5 category. That's because we're going to see temperatures not quite as hot, but certainly the heat index values will be up there. It's comfortable outside right now. Warmest readings at the lakeshore with that wind blowing from east to west there, or from northeast to north. Low 80s there. We're at 79 in Grand Rapids. In some cases we're a little bit warmer than yesterday, but most areas are a little bit cooler. But watch these dew points jump from the 40s and 50s today up into the 60s to near 70 next week. When we come back, we'll have a complete look at how hot it will be next week from the Asian Pacific Festival in downtown Grand Rapids a little bit later on.
Chief Meteorologist George Lessons is live at the Asian Pacific Festival in downtown Grand Rapids and joins us now with the latest on our forecast. George.
A beautiful evening down here. We got a fair weather, cumulus clouds, low humidity, sunshine. There's a bit of a breeze. It is feeling fine for the celebration of the Asian Pacific heritage. We got lots of music and entertainment down here, lots of things to see and do, and of course, we always have food. That's my favorite part. Saturday, going to be very similar to today. Comfortable conditions. 13 weather ball is green, so no change foreseen.
The 13 on your side weather ball, sponsored by Countryside
Around
Greenhouse.
the area, we've got some sunshine going on. Just a few of those fair weather cumulus clouds toward the lakeshore, looking pretty good there, especially from our Grand Haven Beach Camp. 76 degrees, onshore breeze. The beaches were packed earlier today. A couple of kite surfers there, and even in Montague along the lakeshore, 79 with that wind coming right down the lake, and you could just see some slow rollers. Up to 2-foot waves along the lakeshore, looking good down in Michigan City. Also over in Holland, water temperatures upper 50s and low 60s. Those will only go up as we get into some of the hot weather later next week. Again, a few fair weather cumulus clouds this afternoon, what you would expect on a typical summer day. Back to the west, we are looking at some high-level clouds that'll overspread the region during the day tomorrow, so not quite as much sunshine coming up on Saturday, but another comfortable night and a comfortable day coming up tomorrow. Temperature-wise, we're in the upper 70s now after reaching 80, but look at those 80s and 90s off to our south and west. They're going to be heading in our direction. The heat index out outlook looking good here this afternoon and tomorrow as well. We're in that minor or 1 out of 5 category. It jumps to 3 out of 5 here on Sunday. Humidity comes up on Monday, so we get into the major heat risk outlook category. And then on Tuesday and into Wednesday is when we'll see it peak into the extreme category before it just kind of relents a little bit toward next weekend all the way around. This is going to be a very hot week coming up, so you'll need to, if you don't have air conditioning or a fan, you need to get out and purchase one of those. You can see our forecasts are in the low and mid 90s all the way through next to Friday, and when you add all of that moisture in the air after this weekend, dew points in the 60s to near 70, it gets downright uncomfortable, and that's reflected in the heat index, and that's what all of the heat advisories and excessive heat warnings are based on. We could see heat index values getting close to 105 plus Monday through Thursday, so be prepared. Long range outlook says we're going to hang on to the warm air from June 20 through 24. That is the highest probability right overhead. It looks like we may get a little bit closer to the storm track by that time. We usually get about 2/3 of an inch of rain during that 5-day period. So mostly clear tonight. Temperatures in the low and mid 50s along the lakeshore with a north to east wind. Upper 40s to low 50s, a comfortable night with the windows open up north, and here in the greater Grand Rapids area we'll drop down into the mid 50s for your overnight lows. 13 on your side forecast. So a hot and breezy Father's Day. Humidity doesn't come in until Sunday night, and through all of next week we'll see a little bit cooler weather, or let's put it this way, not quite as hot weather toward the end of next week. A Friday and perhaps a next Sunday thunderstorm here in West Michigan. It's a beautiful evening downtown Grand Rapids. Get out and enjoy it, and again tomorrow before the heat really settles on in. Back to you guys.
Yeah, take advantage of that weekend before things get a little ugly.
Absolutely. It'll be a little toasty for sure, but summer's on our way, so we're ready.
Welcome back to the Grand Rapids Asian Pacific Festival in downtown Grand Rapids. Lots of music and entertainment going on. It is a sunny evening, a little on the warm side, but still very comfortable. And in about 10 minutes, we've got some live K-pop music that'll be on stage here. All things to do in downtown Grand Rapids here this weekend. Looking ahead to your Saturday, 13 weather ball is green. No change to our somewhat comfortable weather pattern foreseen.
The 13 on your side weather ball, sponsored by
And if you're
Countryside
planning on walking the
Greenhouse.
dog this evening, we do have good conditions. Some fair weather cumulus clouds dissipating as we drop back into the 70s. This is Bailey. Hi, Bailey. How are you? Going to give the Wilcox family a green paw tonight and tomorrow morning for a comfortable walk here in West Michigan. Almost as much sunshine as we saw today, but it will be filtered by some high clouds tomorrow, so a partly sunny to mostly cloudy day and a very light wind here tomorrow. That's going to be a problem later next week when we might run into some air quality issues. Right now we've got a few fair weather cumulus clouds over the area, but otherwise a very nice afternoon, and we expect a very nice evening and overnight with lots of clear skies expected. Temperatures are in the upper 70s right now. We'll climb to around 80 plus here tomorrow, and then we'll get into the mid and upper 80s later on this weekend. But right now our heat risk outlook for the next 24 hours is very low. We're talking a minor, but climbing into the moderate and even high category Sunday into Monday, and all the way through at least Tuesday and Wednesday, we're in that 5 out of 5 extreme risk for heat. So you need to prepare now in anticipation of all that hot weather coming up here later on this week. High temperatures are going to climb up to 90 plus starting on Sunday. Humidity levels are going to lag about a day or so. So even though it'll be hot on Sunday, not quite as humid, that'll be the case on Monday and all next week. Dew points may approach 70 on a couple of those days, especially on Monday and Tuesday. When you combine that with the heat and the humidity, we get the heat index values. They'll exceed 95 plus all the way through next Saturday, and in some cases 105 plus starting on Monday. Long range outlook is calling for the continuation of high chances for warmer temperatures from the 22nd through the 28th of June, and a little bit higher chance that we'll see more rain also during that 7-day period. That would be nice. It's been a little bit dry. Forecast for tonight, we're looking at clear skies, or mostly so, as temperatures drop down to around 50 around Ludington, mid-50s elsewhere. Northern areas upper 40s to around the low 50s. cooler temperatures closer to US 10. And here in the greater Grand Rapids area, we'll see mainly clear skies with overnight lows in the comfortable mid-50s. 13 on your side forecast. Heat, humidity, a lot of haze in the air next week with those 90-plus temperatures. Next chance of, real significant chance of some rain coming next Friday and Sunday. Of course, that's 10 days away, so we'll be updating that forecast. In the meantime, what a great evening to be out and about here in West Michigan.
Absolutely, George. Thank you so much. It's a great evening outside to get out and about, including Chief Meteorologist George Lessons, who is in downtown Grand Rapids for us now at the Asian Pacific Festival. George, nice and warm, but not too warm at this point.
Pretty comfortable down here at Calder Plaza, at least in the shade anyway. We've got a little bit of a breeze. Humidity is great. We've got some great music and entertainment going on. In a few minutes, I'm headed over to the K-pop stage to listen to some K-pop competition acts. So yeah, lots to see and do here in downtown Grand Rapids. Come on out here tonight and tomorrow because those will be the most comfortable days. 13 weather ball is green, really no change to our temperatures and humidity foreseen for your Saturday.
The 13 on your side weather ball, sponsored by Countryside
Today,
Greenhouse.
temperatures were a little bit cooler than yesterday, getting up into the low 80s, 85 though down in Kalamazoo, upper 70s north, very close to our average highs for this time of year. And we came within 2 degrees of our forecast high here tonight, continuing our streak within our target range, 18 days in a row. Hope to continue that through the weekend. We've had just a few fair weather cumulus clouds develop this afternoon, otherwise a very nice afternoon. It should be a nice day tomorrow as high pressure is overhead, but we'll see some of those high clouds here during the day tomorrow, so some filtered sunshine. Upper 70s right now. There are 80s and 90s off to our south, and with the winds turning around to that direction, we're going to start to see our heat index values going up, along with our dew points. It's very comfortable. Once that dew point gets to 60, that starts to get into the uncomfortable range, and into the 70s. It's very uncomfortable. We may reach that later on next week. Highs showing up around 90 here on Sunday, but the humidity levels are going to lag about 24 hours. So just kind of a hot day on Sunday, not a torrid day, which will start on Monday, lasting through at least Friday of next week. Dew points, as you can see, only climb to 50 here tomorrow, but it climbs into the 60s, and at some points during the days, it could be up 70 plus. So a humid or a very humid forecast coming up. And when you combine those two with even some sunshine, we got heat index values exceeding 95 starting Sunday and maybe exceeding 105 on Monday through at least Thursday of next week. If that does work itself out, we could see excessive heat warnings here in West Michigan, perhaps as early as Monday. Long range outlook, this is the week 3 and 4 temperature outlook, which is updated every Friday. This takes us from the end of June through the first 12 days of July. There is a high probability much of the country will have warmer than average temperatures, and we have some of the highest probabilities right here in West Michigan to the east. And precipitation outlook, the chances are equal for more or less during that 2-week period. Usually get about 1.5 inches, but I see that area to the south and east of us has higher chances for less, so I'm leaning toward less. Filtered sunshine here tomorrow, around 80 north and south, 83 in Muskegon and Howell. That's about where you were today. 79 to 82 to the north, filtered sunshine, partly sunny to mostly cloudy, a light southeast winds. Air quality might be creeping up a little bit, and low 80s here in the greater Grand Rapids tomorrow, about where we were today, with a light southeast wind. 13 on your side forecast. Father's Day will be hot, but the humid weather and very humid weather arrives early next week. A lot of haze in the air. Air quality may not be the best as well. We have the best chance of seeing at least a shot at some showers and thunderstorms next Friday and the following Sunday, when we might turn down the heat a little bit next weekend. So again, a very, very comfortable evening here in downtown Grand Rapids. Come out and join us throughout the weekend.